guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've had this this thermos here for a while. It's an 8326. This one is a 68 right here. It works great. I do want to switch the mantle. I had to rebuild the pump, bunch of O-rings, and I replaced all the O-rings, and it works good now. We're gonna have to do the same thing with this one. Take it apart, do the O-rings on this one, and then give it a shine. Didn't even clean it yet. This is the way it came. This one is a 67, so we got a 67 and a 68. But I figured we take them apart, clean them up. This one runs. We'll just get some new mantles put on it because they're a little short. It must have been something I had when I was testing it, but I like to find something a little longer to get down that generator properly, kind of like what we got going on here. This is more of the proper setup. So had this on my shelf for a few weeks. It's kind of got that little lean to it. Yeah, it's kind of so. There we go. But yeah, we got to take this apart, go through it, clean it. We're going to reuse these mantles. They're brand new, never fired. So we'll reuse those, but we'll have to blow out everything and make sure everything's good, no leaks. Alrighty. I can see the generator tip coming through right here as I'm doing it, so that's great. We will take apart this though, if I have the right. Ooh, she's clean. Looks like someone just put themselves a new, I'll show you. Packing and everything kind of looks new. So what we'll do is a little tap, see if we can get it to come out, just so we can look at it. Here it comes. I like to put the back on so I can tap it and then it comes out. Push that back up and you got something to kind of play with, but you gotta kind of pull it out and pull it out with good judgment, knowing okay, it's too tight, it's too loose. It's not new. It is it's clean in there. Get that to kind of go back in there. All right, so yeah, we will we'll have to clean this. I was expecting this to be corroded, and it's clean, so it's nice having you know, even if they don't use it, where you see someone and they take care of something, you're like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just nice to see it. The wheel don't turn, so we're gonna have to look at that. Let me just wipe this dirt up. We'll do a clean at the end, but what I like to do is sometimes you just give it a little kiss of heat. Just give it just a little heat. Sometimes it frees it right up. There we go. Alright, we got the knob working, so that works good. Let's work on this pump. So what you have is, you'll have one O-ring down here, and this kind of gives something between the pump and the pump here and the nozzle on the top. Right here, your fuel cap. So kind of, there's one set of O-ring. Here's another set of O-ring right here. That's two. We'll see if it's bad, but if you take and push this one out, you got a little one underneath there. You got a little tiny one. And then if you, so this whole unit, you can put it in a press, and this will press out. And it's this probably from here to there. Maybe not so much, something like that. There's an O-ring in between the middle and this outer. So there's an O-ring right here that you can't see unless you've got to press it out, and then you got to roll the edge back over onto, so it keeps this from sliding out, because after you press that out, you'll disrupt that edge. So you have to re-roll that. Not the end of the world, but it is a little time consuming. And the quick way just to check is we will pump it up, and if that's no good, then we'll you'll see fuel, you know, we'll start getting a little bit of fuel coming out. But this one, I checked it, it is pretty good. Inside's clean. Now this other one over here, you couldn't even, you know, it would just go right through. So this is a lot better than the other one. I don't think it's stock because that's an awful long time. But let's grab I'll look here in my O-ring kit. See what we can find. It's a little thin. Let's see if we can find something a little. You know, you don't want too thick because then you won't be able to get this cap on. If you put too thick, this can't go down because of how thick that O-ring is. So you got to kind of put this on and make sure you can get this tightened down, and you can. So that O-ring will work. Okay, this one right here, it's old. I'd like to try to replace it if I can. Let's see if I can here we go. Let's match that up, see if I got something in here that's comparable. Maybe a hair smaller, a little bit bigger than what came out of that. So I had like 300 pickup the other day, and I kept telling myself every time I got these O-rings out to pay attention and not bump anything, and I bumped it. It fell. 3,000 pickup, new, which I think, yeah, I think we'll go with this. All right, let me put this cap on, and we can do a pressure check. All right, I'd like to find something to kind of put down that, to give it a little, I don't know what the word is, lubrication or something, just because it just, nothing too crazy, just I might hit it with some alright, I am good with that. Let's do a quick check. Let me put these O-rings away after we just talked about it. We're already a few minutes into this, and we don't have no coffee, so let's get that going. I got this this 400 Peak 1, 9 of 83. We got to do a backpack stove video. I'm gonna do that this week. All right. This one's a good little runner. Nice spread. So I tore apart this today, trying to figure out the deal because it just runs real rough. Took it all apart, down to the font, cleaned, took this, you know, the fuel rail out, generator, cleaned everything, took the pump off, new gaskets on this. There's O-rings, new O-ring here, and it just some way, somehow, and I don't know where, I'm losing pressure. I've tried different fuel caps, so I'm not too sure. But like I said, I took it all apart. Everything looked good. Nothing leaks. I'll show you here. So after I cleaned it, I was able to clear a lot of it up, as you see with the yellow. And what it does is it puts very, very heavy soot. So, I'm not too sure. I know this is a multi-fuel. I don't know what was ran through this before, but that could be a cause. I'm not giving up on it yet, but we got a leak somewhere, because now it's barely nothing, and we just pumped it up crazy. Right there, don't look too bad. But yeah, I squirt around the font, the threads, all around this, the fuel cap, trying to find anywhere a leak could be, and nothing's really pointing out, so I'm going to keep messing with it before I order a generator. I'll try to see if we can get this cleared out first and get this running right. Push that back. Coffee's almost ready. Turn this off. So what I've been using is these guys right here lately. It comes within the packet, the creamer and sugar. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, this was only like a couple bucks. Not bad. Got this is how they come. I'm gonna roll with 2 packs today. Give it a little stronger brew. But yeah, you can see the creamer, the sugar crystals, coffee. So what you're looking, it almost looks like smoke, That's the bottom. Nice and clean, not one speck of rust. So I'm kind of going to do like a half clean job on this. Why I'm not going to clean it up all the way is because I got this new tool, and let me show you. All right, got me a little sandblaster set up with a side door that I can do lanterns and stoves, upgraded lights inside. So this will be definitely a nice part of the channel where I can clean up stuff that we're working on. Working on getting that sandblaster set up. I'm gonna get it set up probably over there in the garage. That way we can take care of stuff like this. Very good. All right, we have fuel in it. So what I want to do now is I want to check to see if these seals are good, and how you do that. I'm going to pump this up. I think we're good. It would already been leaking now if it. I did notice we got a cup. It's probably because of that. I can see fuel, and I just want to make sure it stops right there. Yep. Just want to make sure that don't leak over. It was kind of just a skosh, and it went back, and it's not moving. Thick generator on these thermoses. Does anybody have one of these? Is this something that that you had growing up? Let me get this cleaned off. I'll bring it right back. I don't know if people do that, but that other one was the same way. They like to smash us in to get a match up in there. When you do that, it kind of puts everything off kilter. There we go. Still a little, just a skosh that way it's leaning, I'm seeing, but this is the metal they use on this is just so flimsy that we'll be able to definitely get it tightened back up. We got fuel. Let's just do a little crack just to see what we hear. Yep. Yep. I think we're about ready for a first light, but we need to burn these mantles in. Friends, cheers. Let's get this one going. what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn this one off over here because I want to look at this pump. We'll let that die. I don't look at this pump because this is running excellent. So it's nice to have two lanterns that you can compare side to side. One's getting, you know, brighter than the other, but when you only have one, it's hard to compare it, especially if they're from the 60s. But yeah, I want to pull that pump because I don't think, I want to check that O-ring. There's O-ring in the middle that I wasn't too overly excited about when I put it in. And now that we got this one up and running and I see how good it looks, I know that I'm gonna definitely switch that O-ring out to a smaller size. What I think's happening is it's a little bit big, so as you're going down it's kind of binding up. And when it binds up, it takes away from your pressure. Get this vent cleaned up. Friends, cheers. Move the coffee out of the way. what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn this one off over here because I want to look at this pump. We'll let that die. I don't look at this pump because this is running excellent. So it's nice to have two lanterns that you can compare side to side. One's getting brighter than the other, but when you only have one, it's hard to compare it, especially if they're from the 60s. Yeah, I want to pull that pump because I don't think, I want to check that O-ring in the middle that I wasn't too overly excited about when I put it in. And now that we got this one up and running and I see how good it looks, I know that definitely switch that O-ring out to a smaller size. What I think's happening is it's a little bit big, so as you're going down it's kind of binding up, and when it binds up it takes away from your pressure. This vent cleaned up. Alright my friends, we got it. I did replace that one O-ring I was telling you about in this pump right here. A lot better sounding. I'll show you. That's what you want. Yep. 1968 over here, 1967 right here. They're both in 8326. And what I'm going to do is we get that sandblaster set up. I'm probably going to do both cages and then respray them with some brand new silver high temp heat or high temp paint. Let's go outside and see what it looks like. Friends, thanks for hanging out as we I kind of show you, brought one out from the collection, and then we just got this one in. We got it fired up. I'm gonna order me another generator to keep inside the box over here, my toolbox full of extra parts. Whatever lantern I have, I at least want to make sure I got a generator for it. So I got extras for 200s, for 242s, I think I have like a 220. So you always want to try to get, even if yours is good, get a backup. Sweet, turned out good. All right, cheers. We'll see you guys on the next one.